Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone back to the episode of CSGO/CS2 News. This is the series where I show and tell you what's been going on in the community this past week. That of course can have anything to do with the CS Pro scene. Let's just say someone leaves and then joins a new team, roster mania occurs. We'll be sure to update you if anything has changed. We also talk about CSGO investing, where something goes up or down in a very short period of time. We'll give you an explanation to why that is. And lastly, all and everything update related. That goes for the community in both games themselves. Now today's video sponsor is SkinSwap. SkinSwap is a premier trading/buying and selling marketplace for your CSGO and Rust items. They have a trading feature with great rates and a variety of different skins. If you decide to deposit, you get an extra 40% top-up bonus. You can also sell your skins for straight cash with multiple different cash out options of your choice. If you sign up today using the link in the description, you get a free case to open with a shot at winning $150. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Now, firstly, for today's video, I want to discuss all and everything updates as it goes for the community and both games themselves. Then we'll follow into pro news, investing, and a quick PSA for myself. So as it goes for updates, we're firstly going to discuss what's going on with the community. Late last night, xMercyCS put out a tweet that went semi-viral in the CS space. Many content creators are making videos on it, people are having debates, as well as arguments, and it all stems from the CS player count and why it's lowering every single day ever since CS2's release. He says the CSGO concurrent player chart is looking like a cryptocurrency, from 1.1 million peaks in January to 1.8 in May, so right around the CS2 release, or reveal I would say, and now back to where we started pre-CS2, right now at 1.1 million. And he goes on to say, I guess this is happening because people don't feel like playing CSGO, considering we have a better game called CS2 coming out, making the old one feel outdated and boring, even though most people don't even have access to it. And he says YouTubers are rushing to make their videos using my tweets, and I couldn't agree more. There's been quite some bait in the community saying CSGO is dead, the hype is over, Counter-Strike 2 is not releasing, the next day after it is releasing. We'll go into that very shortly. And as you can see, if you go to the Steam chart yourself, that the player count is down, and well, we're going to talk about that. So what are my thoughts? I personally think it's a mix of everything with different reasons. Content as it goes for Global Offensive is extremely dry, and that's what the majority of the CS population can and will play right now. Other things that are also playing a role in this are case unboxings are extremely down from when they were a few months ago. That also follows with the player count. Less players, less cases, less money for Valve. Following the update a couple months ago where it nerfed case farmers, I think that also plays a big role. We don't have a whole lot of new CS2 updates, and that kind of goes back to the main point where no one can really play it. No one really wants to think about them anymore. They want to see the next case or a possible operation, which I think that is completely off the table. And lastly, it's also something we stated that there's no content for Global Offensive. They still haven't added Overwatch back, and there's been no explanation for it. So as you can see, in my personal opinion, I think it's a mix of really everything, but I think it comes down to it where people don't want to play Global Offensive. CS2 is right around the corner. Everyone's just hoping and wanting to play that, but they can't. This has also somewhat affected the market. You go back to the Gambit situation, which we will touch on later in today's video. There was a big scare in the CS investing space, and people who held really anything over $1,000 in skins. People were panic selling, people were getting banned left, right, and center. Over $20 million concurrently banned, and more players are banned every day. With websites shutting down their cash out options, I think that definitely doesn't help, but everything seems to be normal at least right now. Now next up, as it goes for updates of the community, there's apparently a brand new release date leaked by Richard Lewis from a YouTube video talking about roster mania for CSGO specifically that has gone viral. Now this was a clip in an hour-long video that I think has been taken out of context and taken a little bit too far. He says around August to September that this will come out, and that's still around summertime, and in the same dates that still works out for Valve when they said they're going to release it in the summer of 2023. But I think this is probably going to be a commentary itself. For me, the bottom line is I want Valve to take as much time as they need to make this game and polish it as best as they can for its release. We don't need them pulling a Call of Duty or really any other AAA studio nowadays where they release a game, it's unfinished, it's buggy as hell, people can't play it, and people move on to something else. Though I think people would come back to Counter-Strike if it was fixed, it'd definitely be a little hard to convince those players to come back. I don't think there's a whole lot of room for error based on how much hype there has been built around CS2 and just Source 2 the past 5 or 6 years. Now, if you guys don't know, Richard Lewis was the same person to pretty much leak Counter-Strike 2, that it was going to be called that. It was 3 weeks before its actual trailers released on YouTube. He talked about the variable tick rate, the new anti-cheat, new matchmaking system, the variable smokes, and a bunch of other stuff, and what pro players actually got flown out to play it. So it's a pretty credible source, but it's also stating the obvious and information we already knew. Now lastly, as it goes for updates, this is specifically the community once again. Nothing to do with the games this week, nothing new has come out. As it goes for the current Gambit situation, I want to quickly cover this. As of right now, the Empire owners are still going pretty much after every content creator, from Sparkles to Jesus to Anomaly. Sparkles last week was actually a little scared on stream, sent a bunch of skins to OniPixel in case he did get banned, so those skins don't get banned alongside him. I think we'll see more of this week, meaning more players will get banned, more inventories will be gone, but I think I'd also like to see a follow-up from Valve with a community post or some sort of update, but we'll have to see. If I've learned one thing from the past, well, Valve works on Valve time. That goes with Counter-Strike 2 as well. Now into pro news. Late last week, Reason Gaming announced the return to Counter-Strike. That beloved sticker from 2014, specifically from Katowice, has gotten everyone jumping around, really excited, and also talking about 2014 stickers crashing, when I don't think that's the reality of things or that's even going to happen. Talked about that last week. This is also going to be a commentary itself. A lot of people in the community are now assuming organizations like iBuyPower or Titan could return to Counter-Strike, but we have to remember one, the original players are banned, not the organization. But most importantly, in order for these teams to get stickers in the game, they actually have to qualify for the major, and they have to do it with unknown players, which in my opinion, and you just look at the past, it's very unlikely. Very few teams have ever made it that far without having a name for themselves before. They're brand new players, especially in the pro scene. They haven't maybe worked with some of these people. Feelings, comms, vibes could be off. You never really know. And lastly, as it goes for pro news, Cloud9 confirm Electronic and Perfecto have been signed. So this was rumored a few weeks back that Navi was looking to get rid of some players. Cloud9 was looking to pick up some of them, and this pretty much just confirms that. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how Simple goes around without these two guys, since Electronic and Simple have been teaming together for the longest time that I know. So Cloud9 could really be a powerhouse here. Now, second to last up for today's video is investing, then we'll go into the quick PSA. Now, going into investing, I'm going to be honest, I haven't really been following up too much with CS's market. Things seem to be better, but more so of a rebound after all the Gamba drama, the player count decrease, and you kind of get the rest. Stockholm and Antwerp prices are still pretty expensive, despite Paris having very similar ones. And speaking of Paris, those have also fallen as predicted. With you unboxing a capsule, it being profitable, people finding out about that in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions, they're going to be cheap in the matter of a few days. And those trade locks have just expired, so everyone's now offboarding those to the market. And I guess following with updates as well as investing, I still believe Paris is probably going to be removed sometime in August, probably towards the end of August going into September. Now lastly for today's video is an update for myself. If you made it to this far in the video, I thank you very much. For those who have been following me on Mando Monday, you'll know that I've been moving the past couple of months. It's been really weird. That's why content has been so stagnant. There hasn't been a bunch of videos out, but the quality's definitely been there versus the quantity, which I personally like. Feels like months I've been doing this, but it's only been 2. Last Mando Monday, we did the 20K giveaway, but we're not drawing until next week. Mando Monday is not going to be scheduled this week at all. Too many things going on. It also gives more time for people who haven't or maybe have to get entered into that giveaway. All you have to do is enter your Steam ID, leave it in your bio, and comment on the video, and I use a random comment picker that just picks a random user. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm just really hoping Counter-Strike 2 comes out sometime soon. I'm really wanting to play, and hopefully the streams could come back alongside that. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.